What was happening in Washington. Illinois Senator Mark Kirk monitoring developments and closely as these budget negotiations continue.
Senator Kirk joins us live now, and we have to ask you, first of all, the hours, we're counting it down now to midnight. What's your sense of this? The president this morning was quoted as saying he's not wildly optimistic about something getting done. Are you?
I think they're going to finish up sometime late today. Negotiators were in till 3 o'clock in the morning this morning. There's not very much difference left. And in typical congressional fashion, I think about 3 hours before the deadline, they will cut this deal. I don't think the government is going to shut down.
Okay, they keep saying they're about a few $billions apart, which to most normal people it sounds like a lot of money, but in federal government dollars is not at all. That's pretty close. But is this really about ideological demands? I mean, we're also, Democrats are charging that this is really about tightening up funding for abortion, for Planned Parenthood, and limiting or restricting the way environmental protections are regulated. How would you respond to that? That they say that's really what this is about?
I think that Democrats should give up on budget cuts because we can't have a future of adding trillion upon trillion of more borrowing from China. And Republicans should give up on these policy writers because the central issue is the economic strength of the country and the future of the dollar. We're seeing other countries, especially in Europe, collapse because they couldn't control their spending. We need to protect the American people from the fate, for example, that's befalling people in Portugal. And these policy writers are not central to the mission here. That's why I think in the end there will be no government shutdown. Speaker Boehner is against it. President Obama is against it. And I think they will finally cut a deal sometime a few hours before the deadline.
All right.
But, Senator, isn't this really just kind of a warm-up act before the battle begins on the 2012 budget and beyond? We've seen Paul Ryan's budget plan. A lot of people call it transformational. Democrats, on the other hand, have criticized it in a big way. Isn't that really the big act that's going to follow?
You are precisely correct. A lot of this battle is like watch 7th graders play soccer. They're all around the fiscal year 11 debate, which is a debate about spending for only 7 months. There are two other debates that are more important. Semi-important is the budget for 2012. And by far the most important debate, I have focused on it, only a few other members of Congress, is we're going to hit our congressional credit card limit of $14.3 trillion in June. And that is by far the most important debate of this Congress. So the resolution of this issue today is a mere warm-up act for the real battle, which is how much should the United States borrow and how much should we borrow from China?
Well, it's good to hear you're optimistic, at least about averting the shutdown. We will wait and see what happens. And Senator Kirk, we really appreciate you joining us this morning from Washington.
Thanks for having me.
All right.